right, hello everyone. We are obviously streaming. Oh yeah, okay, I did have, I was like, did I put my mic on? Oh my god. But yes, the one side of the mic case is empty, so we're good there. We are heading straight into mini traveler slings, which is what we're going to focus on for Omatsuri. Yeah, this weekend was a shambles. I was anticipating having enough energy to come online and get some shit done this weekend, and that did not happen. Kids were just feral. Well, partly it was like we were all exhausted. I'm like been super tired, as we know, for the last couple months. So we're just, the vibes weren't there, I guess. I don't know what was up. But what we're doing right now is we're going to go in and we're going to work on minis. Omatsuri is this weekend, Friday night market and Saturday day. So if you're in Calgary, make sure to come join us. It's always a really good event. I really like this one. And then we're free and clear until Vibrations. So next week will be the experimental week that I keep planning and keep failing at right now. And then we'll go in and also start on just like all the whips that we have from everything basically. So all right. Hopefully the last time that we need to shuffle all of these around. There we go. So what I gotta do is from this pile, I need to figure out again what denim we have here on the bottom, and then I need to find the back piece for it, and then we need to sew that thing, the welt pockets. These are all exteriors that need their tops done, although realistically we could do their fronts as well, but whatever, we'll get there eventually. Okay, so I know that this blue is actually for that fish one. So we need the dark blue for the back, and then we need the marble for the back pieces here. Easy peasy, or easy enough. This does need it stitched down, but that's fine. We can do that in a minute. It does look like we're going to have to swap out the thread colors, because what I'm trying to see is which ones actually got stitched with black and which ones got stitched with not black, basically. That one needs its top sewn on. The vicious fishes also have to have the top sewn on. Okay. That's why there was this guy here still. Okay, cool. We're right in the middle of this, like we're really, really right in the middle of all of these, so I'm not 100% sure exactly what ones are like ready to go. I think most of them are at this point right now where we still need to prep leather basically. So here's hoping that over the next 2 days I just get these all done, because I am done. I want them like done. I don't want to have to keep digging through these piles. Okay, so let's make a pile. We're just going to assume that these all need leather. So this one will get brown leather, as will the fish. Brown leather pile is going to go here. Black leather pile will go on the other desk over here, and then we'll continue from there. Yeah, I got my long run done today. Dallas is home, so he's upstairs with the kiddos right now. Stampede Market went very well. Thank you so much for all of your continued supports. It's always appreciated. Yeah, we're just kind of ticking along. This is the last show for July, which I love it. And I'm also extremely happy that like we're done after this for a little bit. Oh, wait. We don't need to compare that. Although that is a bottom piece and a top or a back piece. This one does not have the sideways grade. Okay, I don't know what. But yeah, it was a really good, it was, as always, the pancake breakfast. It was super fun. Very much enjoyed it. You guys showed up, which was awesome. We sold, I had a lot less to pack down once it was all said and done. So that was fun. They're always nice. Okay, this one's got a navy zipper. Black is going to be pretty obvious. There's a whole package clipped together, but I don't even know what it goes with. Yeah, it was good. And the pancakes were really tasty this year, which was really nice. I don't know, 10 out of 10. Highly recommend this breakfast. So, oh, there's the black right there. That was the one that I was like, oh, that's going to be super distinct to find. And here it is. Sweet. That one does need dark top stitching, so we'll set it aside to be one of the first ones that we do. We're just going to go in and we will do all of the zip tabs, I guess, at once. Oh, and it will have, so it needs this for the pockets, and it needs its slip pockets still because we haven't done that on that one yet. It will need black leather, so it's the start of the black leather pile. There, placed together. This top portion needs to be top stitched. Oh, that's where those are at, is they need their top stitching. Okay. All right, well then what we'll do is we'll pop this like this. We're gonna go in and just like put all of these packages together anyway, and then they'll just be like ready to go, hopefully. That is actually this one right here. It'll have black leather and then stuff. Anyway, today's run was another like 13K. But I did point to point, so I ran from like a park downtown and then met Dallas at the other end, so that was a lot of fun. I like doing that. Just provide some variety for something that's like can get pretty boring. Yeah, so it was a good run. Okay, so these are all, the bottom of this is light top stitch, but the fabric itself is dark top stitch, and it's also getting black leather. So we need a pile for like the ones that need their top stitch. So I guess we'll pop those down on this box. There we go. And then a lot of these also need stitching around their pockets, but we can't do the top stitch if we've done the stitching around the pockets. Okay, so these are the ones that were like super close to being finished, but they all need top stitch. Okay. Is this all of them? Or is there like going to be another little surprise pile somewhere? I feel like there's another little surprise pile somewhere, but actually, no, probably not. Oh, it's all these ones that don't have their uppers done yet. Okay. That's not really a surprise pile. That's just ones that we can finish up probably today or tomorrow and actually have ready to go. Maybe, hopefully. Okay. Oh my God, I'm tired. I'm like actually exhausted. That is zipper tabs for that traveler sling. I don't think we're gonna get any more large traveler slings done for this weekend, but that's okay. We will get a lot of these done, hopefully. And then custom orders will be done next week for sure. They need a little bit more care than the speed at which I need to get these done for the weekend. So I don't want to mess them up. this one's dark. It actually is getting red floral interior pockets. 1 and 2. And 2 back pockets. Good. And then it needs top stitching. It will have black leather, and then it needs a light background on pieces. Pretty sure that's the right leg, but it's not the right zipper color. Sure. Almost. What I need to start doing is keeping the zippers with these pieces, because that actually like defines it the best. This one feels like it's actually the, no, not quite, I don't think. It's too dark. Hi, Flynn, I know. Gonna be a pest, hey? Okay, light denim, 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 light color denim, light color denim. There's light color denim right here. Light color denim, light color denim. That's not quite right. Is it? Oh no, I decided that was not it already. Okay, well there's the package for the stars. So let's start there. And then it needs white. Okay. Part of it, the stitching needs to be black on the back for the welt pocket. It needs blue slip pocket, blue welt pocket, and then it will need black leather. Okay, there. And it's already got its front stitching done. Sure. This is mostly together, but it does need its denim figured out, so we can do that in a little bit here. This one is light denim with this oddball blue. It's really gorgeous blue, but it's like, it's not navy and it's not like anything else. So that's why I call it oddball, because it's like gorgeous, but different. Oh, there's the package for the parasols. So I already had that lined up. Perfect. And it's going to need black leather as well. It's already got its top stitching across its top zipper. Stitch line. Okay, what's this one? This one's just black and gold. And I've got the denim right here. We need a top and a back. Go. And then we need a black and gold zipper. So we are going to have to go in and do a whole... Actually, I don't know why I'm pairing these up, because we're going to need to just pull them for the zipper tab pulls. But for now, let's just get all the packages put together. This one is going to need top stitching along the top of the zipper, so we'll do that in a minute. And then go slip pocket and interior welt pocket fabrics. Good. And it needs to have its top stitching done. Okay, so they're going down there. Do I have anything else right here that's going to have this? Yes. Polar bears, and polar bears already has their top stitching done because it's white top stitching. So I'll pop the other two welt pieces with it, or other pocket pieces with it, I guess, whatever. Okay, and it's going to have black leather. Okay, there is a second set here of these, but no top. Interesting. Okay, so black leather, and then we're going to go in and do... All right, what else do we have here? We've got Oddball blue, which might actually pair up with one of these here. These guys are not, don't even have their zippers like installed at all. So the ones, I think they all have white stitching on the base. But what we should do is we should go in and stitch like the owls and stuff like that that do need dark top stitching on top. Okay, so let's set those aside because they're only really in the half portion right now. Here is the pieces for this guy. This one needs to have the dark top stitching on top. And I've got like 2 more tops and only 1 more back. Lovely. Who knows where the other 2 backs went? Okay. And we'll do paw print. Interiors here. 1, 2. And 3, 4. Good. Just needs a dark top stitch, and it will have black leather when we do it. And then this is brown, but I need the denim for it. I should. Is that it? No. It's too light a color. I think it might be these guys. Yes. Okay, there we go. Okay. Dark top stitch at the top. Cool. And then we need very light. Okay, there's the really light one. Yep. And we're going to do paw print for it. So need stitching? Yes. Okay, and then butterflies. Which are here. Piece for the really dark one as well. Okay. This must go with one of these over here. As well as potentially these. What do we have? We got this guy here. And it just needs a back. There it is. Okay, so that's an owl. And there's those guys, although this one is not sewn together because I need to go in and do some work on the stuff, i.e. the interfacing. So we'll just clip this all together and have it ready to go once I get the interfacing sorted out. So it's a later project. Alright, so what do I have left? I've got long-tailed tits, which is like a pretty distinct denim pattern. I have this one, which I think is this. So I need 3 backs. Okay, this quite right for that one, but it's damn close. This and this look right. means that, okay. That is very blue. That's a lot more blue than what we're working with right now. And that is a full package already. We don't need to worry about that. This is the one for this one. Here we go. I think. Not quite. So close, but not quite. It also hasn't had its base sewn out of it yet, which is interesting. There it is. Right? A little bit darker, but it does make sense given that it's probably cut from like a different section of the... Oh, those two are not the same. That top and that back are not the same. That looks more correct than that. It's just like, what's the back for that one? This looks closer to that. Not quite. Okay. Hi, how are you? Okay, red. Sorry, today is like a very subdued stream as we get this figured out, and then we get to go in and do all the welt pockets, which will be fun, but it does take a little bit of work to get there right now, so. Okay, almost there though. Hi, cat. What's up? Yeah? Is that so, hey? Okay, there we go. That does look like this. Okay, there's the back for the cats. Yeah. But then I think this... That is not the top cats. That is the top of the cats. There we go. Okay, cool. And it's gonna get brown leather because that'll match best. Okay, and then this is already paired up. Oh, and the black and those cats are gonna get paw print things. Slip pockets. And welt pockets. Oh boy, am I hungry, hungry. Okay. Now I think we're going to be absolutely nuts and try and get the other set done here as well, because why not? Okay, so lots of these pieces left here. Oh, right, one more for this guy. For the itty bitty birdies. Okay, so you got your base done already. You've got a very distinct denim, so it should be easy, you would think, but it's apparently not going to be easy. Okay, so that one's already pieced here partially. Not okay, so that's crochet. Good, that's easy. that's this one. This one isn't paired up with anything yet. This one should be, but isn't. That is this package right here, which just needs its base, and then we could sew it all together. Same here. Okay. Now most of these do actually have their packages together because we just started sewing them. So they should all be clipped here, to be honest. So let's see if we have any spares that don't make sense otherwise. Okay, so that would probably be some of it right there. Okay, that's the 2 pieces for strawberries, which should be in here. Okay. Strawberries, strawberries, strawberries. There's strawberries. Doon, 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 doon. Strawberries, strawberries. Doon, 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 doon. Holly, 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 owls. Okay, the good news is that these look like they're all white top stitching for the welt pockets. Some of them will be dark top stitching for the front pockets, but you know, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Okay. The next thing we need to do is we need to pair off the pockets for these guys. Oh, it's chilly. Okay. There's the Neon Storm. Okay, and then here's the crochet. Alright, now here is where we start pairing all of these down to figure out what they actually go with. Okay, so you all have solid blues, and honestly, I think you are paired up with this oddball blue, which looks really good with the blue that's actually in the fabric. Yay, and then this looks like it's probably paired up with Strawberry Cats. The only problem with that one being is where is the top of the bunnies? So I literally just put together, like, here's the strawberries and here's the macaron critters, but where is the top of the bunnies? Bunnies. I don't see the top of the bunnies. Okay. Set it aside for now, but if we find it, we will finish it. This is getting... Yeah, where's the top of the Strawberry Cats, too? God damn. Fuck me. They were literally here the other day, so I don't know where they've gone. Okay. Out of here for now, though. Brr. Okay. Hoodie back on. Oh, are they? No, because that's the piles that we've been making with the stoof. Okay, I have dark. What the hell? Where's the rest of these bags? Okay, well, there we go. That decided what we're finishing for this round. Unless that's actually... Okay, what are the strawberries supposed to be? Okay, this is like a really dark blue. We don't have anything for that. Macaron critters. Let's take one more crack at these, because why not? Actually, there's macaron critters top. And then... but there's no back for it. There's the... I feel like this is still the one for the birds. Yeah. We're gonna go with it for the birdie birds. Looks right. Looks close enough. If it's not, it looks close enough. And then I'm wondering if strawberries. Okay, there's macaron critters. I wonder if strawberries is supposed to be this one. And it's just, yeah, and it's just cut out of different parts of the denim, it looks like. Yeah. So we're going to chop that up too. And then macaron critters has a little bit different back / front. So let's see if I can track them down too. Not these dark pieces. Those are all supposed to be with something else. Who knows what? I wonder if macaron critters is supposed to, oh no, because that's quite a dark, like a far darker blue. And that's too light a blue. It's just not quite the right cast of colors. Okay, there we go. Good enough. I'm tired. Okay. Let's get the zippers in the, at least the dark stitched ones here, because they will need to be also top stitched in black. So like strawberries, not so much. Oh, these little birds just need their leather. Sweet. And the rest of these need their zippers installed at the front, and then we'll work on getting the rest of them done afterwards. Okay, so you don't need dark top stitching. You will need dark top stitching. You will need dark top stitching. You do not. You will not. You do. And you usually look better with black. And then you are all light stitching, so we will worry about you afterwards. And then, yeah, so we'll sew all these zippers in, and then we'll go in and top stitch everything that needs top stitching, because there's a few bags down here that need that as well. Hello, sir. And go from there. Yeah. Okay. Alrighty, what do I need to do next? I need to figure out what their interior pockets are. Which, this is the first time that I actually wrote them down. So let's see what I actually need for pockets for all of these. Is it amazing thing? No. Is it better than nothing? Yes. Okay. Pockets. Oh, and this actually gives me the list of their strap colors as well, which is super useful. Neon Storm, Blue Marble. Okay, so for now, all I need is I just need the Swoopadoop one, which is the one with the curve, in other words. Which apparently I only have one of here. Looks like we're going to be working with a lot of the red florals and stuff like that for these ones. Okay, so that's for the actual welt pockets. Okay, paw prints. I feel like I've misplaced a shit ton of bags because honestly, there are so many pockets here, and I don't think there's this many bags to be finished right now. Although at the same time, it's also like I do and do not have the right amount of pieces in the blue marble, apparently. Fuck me. Okay. Red marble. Pop it up here. Confetti. That will also be, I think the confetti and the polka dots are going in bags that we're not finishing right now, but better than nothing. Floral speckle. There is a cut off of that. Okay, so yeah, we do not have a second swoop of the blue marble, and we're supposed to have actually most of the blue marble ones have been mostly finished, so that's why we're probably down to one swoop. It's because we don't actually need a bunch. Okay, so what one was I working on that I was like, I need blue marble? It was the Floral Storm, right? Okay, we definitely haven't used up the confetti, because the only one I have listed here that's supposed to have confetti is the macaron with black. Oh, or black or something. So let's not. That would look good in the Neon Storm, so let's just use that in the Neon Storm then too. Okay. Terrible? Probably. Fine. Whatever. If we need to cut extra fabric later, guess what? We can cut extra fabric later. I just want to get these like cleared out because they're these have been on the desk for so long that they're obviously losing parts. So let's get it done and not worry about it too much. Yeah, and then the owl sage is actually supposed to also be that, but do you know what we have instead? We've got polka dots, which is exactly, it looks like one bag left actually. Yep. Okay, so there we go. Let's just use that because this was supposed to be for the gray dogs. The gray dogs need a lot of TLC here before we can actually make them. So we may as well use it for owlies. Scowly owlies. Okay. Strawberries we're gonna go with red floral, I think. Okay, so we're SOL on the there's also been stuff like shuffled around as we've like been finishing these because again. Okay. So like this guy is gonna get. Okay, let's place all these fabrics and then I know that I'm not using stuff up that's supposed to go somewhere else. Like I know for sure that these polka dots aren't supposed to go to anything else. They were supposed to go to the gray dogs because that's what I've got written down. Shocking how it works that like writing shit down means that you keep track of what's supposed to be where. Okay, I do need 2 mirrored pieces of fucking stuff here. Not those pieces, whatever. These are straight cuts, so they don't need to be mirrored. But I do need, okay, a paw print fabric and a paw print fabric that match. And then I need 2 pieces of the have 2. What is with all these? Oh, there it is. Okay, fine. 3. Okay, and we got 1, 2. Good. It looks like we got enough for these. Okay. And that is mirrored. So there's the little tuxedo cats. They've got their package. Okay. And then like speckles I think would look really good with macaron white, which I don't even have written down in here, so you know. Fuck. Okay. Macaron white. And then I've got 2 more speckles. What I'm trying to determine is what's going to go into the strawberries here in some ways. So I'm thinking that with the off-white strawberries, this speckle will look really good. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. By the way, these are from like the baby bolts from Walmart, and the baby bolts actually work extremely well for these projects, to be honest. Okay, so speckle, so 1, 2, and for some reason I've got a shit ton of, I guess that's probably because we're doing, well, partly because I haven't paired it up correctly even for the macaron critters yet. There we go. Probably at the exact right amount once we take into account that. Okay, maybe, who knows. I have 2 more speckles. Yeah, so I think the speckles should go into both of the strawberry bags. 1, 2, 1, 2, and I must have bags that have interiors that I haven't paired off yet. 1, 2, are those mirrored? They can be, it's not a big deal. Okay. Okay, so that's a dark top stitch, that's why it's here. This is not a dark top stitch, that's why it's going over here. And I have a set of pockets, like slip pocket and interior welt pocket. So that's probably somehow involved with something. Confetti can go into the crochet. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And it looks like I must have given away one of the interior pockets because I do not have another right now. Okay. We have way too many paw prints and way too many florals. Now the question becomes, do I put the red florals into the owls or do I wait and cut more blue? Because we don't, that's where that blue is probably supposed to go, but how does owls look in here? Terrible. Okay. Yeah, because the speckles isn't going to look any better. And what about the... No, it's not going to look any better than that either. Okay. Annoying. Okay. Good. Good enough. Settle up. That's a later finish then. We need that. Okay. So. After this, after we get these all stitched, I'll figure out what their like straps are supposed to be, because I do have that written down as well, along with what hardware is going into onto each of those straps. Blah 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 blah. Okay. I don't even know where half of these would have like wandered off to. It's like, really? How? All right, I'm gonna clip the zipper color to these because that will help me determine what exactly these are going to again later on. Oh, along with actually the pockets. Okay. Actually sewing. Yay, yes. We did it today. Okay, what is the seam allowance on this supposed to be? Can never remember. Okay. Do I have the clippy clip? Yes, I do have the clippy clip thing for the fronts. Okay, good. So the whole thought process on this is that we'll just do the ones that need the dark top stitching. We'll get the dark top stitching done, and then we'll go in and do the light ones with their light top stitching, and then we'll progress on from there to the finishing blurdy blurs or something. I don't know. Okay. I need a black and gold zipper for that one. Flynn, hey, what you scratching? Psst, psst. What you going after? Hey, that's not yours. You've got so many scratch trees over here. Hi. Yeah, no, you're a cat. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 you're a cat. Yes. All right. Okay. Let us face the right way. All right, now on to the floral storm. Saturday is actually Dallas and my 11th wedding anniversary, which is insane. Means we've been together for like 16 years. It's also like, holy shit. Yeah. So he's going to come help me pack down from Omatsuri, and then we're going to go out. The kids are going to hang out with the grandparents, and we're going to go out for dinner, which is going to be very nice. I'm excited. So. Okay, now we'll stitch the top portion, and then we'll just top stitch everything. And then we can swap. Actually, and then yeah, we'll swap, and then we'll figure out all the leather. Yeah, I think that'll work the best. Oh, right. Let's clip these before I do this because honestly it's way harder to do it after everything gets done. Little birds in the nest. Little birds in the nest. Little birds in the nest. Now, speckles. I'm really glad that I found these before we, cause yeah, they weren't hiding, but, they were. They're being very sneaky. So, will we get them all done? Who knows? But the only way through is to try. So why not try? And anything that doesn't get done will just get rolled over into Omatsuri, or vibration stock, because that's the next one. It's really cold. I went on my run this morning though. I was like debating between like a tank and a long sleeve shirt actually. I think I would have overheated in the long sleeve shirt, especially like towards the end at least. But at the same time, I was regretting not having the long sleeve shirt in the shady bits. Which the nice thing about Calgary is a lot of the path is actually shaded along the river. But that sounds like the bobbin is struggling. Oh, no, we're good. Or if it is, it figured its shit out before we got too far. But it was like we woke up and there was fog. It's supposed to basically rain the rest of the week. It's just like, oh god. Yay, summer weather. Actually, the kind of, I guess, old wives' tale for this area, I don't think it's accurate anymore. But it's like, if you have fog, you're going to have snow in 3 months. And honestly, the way the summer's going, though, I'm like, do you know what? I could see us having snow in, what would that put us? Like, mid-October? Easily. Could easily see that happening. So, I'll report back, I guess. It is not unusual for us to have snow in October, though, either, at the same time. Like, honestly, when I was a kid, we always had snow at Halloween and stuff like that. So you'd have to do the whole plan of like, all right, what costume's going to fit over the, like, snowsuit? That was always fun. All right, top stitching time. And if you're like, whoa, that was really fast, it's because we're only doing 3 right now. That's why. And when we do the, yeah. Why the other ones didn't end up getting top stitched, to be honest. Ugh, this bobbin is having issues. And of course it's like during top stitching that it's like, So yeah, Pancake breakfast went extremely well. Thank you for your continued support of like all our vendors and of course me, selfishly me. But I love that event. That is probably like one of the highlight events of my year. So I've been so happy that Caroline's seen such good growth between like visitors and vendors and everything like that. So, yeah, and then Omatsuri, same thing. I'm super excited about it. It's like, it's going to be good. And the rain for Saturday is supposed to hold off until like the evening. So if you're worried about the rain, don't be, please. rain. I would say I would take the snow over the rain, to be honest, because at least it's not like gonna get you wet. Well, most of the time. We do have a race on like the 26th that I'm like, all right, please do not snow on the 26th, because so we haven't had snow, but we've had really bitter Halloweens recently. Like, it's just been like, it hasn't snowed, but it's been miserably cold. So I'm really hoping that the race that we have the weekend before Halloween, which is when we've been having the snow in the last few years as well, is not snowy. I'm like, no, I'm such a fair weather runner. Please stay dry. Please stay dry. But I guess we'll find out. I'm kind of banking on that. It's going to be like nice weather through the fall, because I'm like, if I'm training for Osaka, it'd be nice to do the majority of my training outside. And with how mild it's been the last few years, I should be able to do like a lot of it outside. Hopefully. Who knows? I guess we'll find out. Okay, so now we can pull these, and then we'll add in the other ones that need their top black stitching, and then we'll swap to the white thread and get these guys rolling there too. None of the white thread ones need to be top stitched. They just need to be, well, except for the new ones that we're going to finish like today. So, but none of the previously finished ones need their top stitching done. There we go. For Knit City, we'll definitely be focusing in on Kato, Vibrations, and Knit City. Kato and Kato and Kato and Kato. I was actually thinking about it. I'm like, honestly, if I have... Oh, shit. Of course the machine's gonna fight. It's been going so smooth, and now it's like, no. I'm out of here. I wonder if I need... No, I shouldn't need to change my needle right now. Maybe I do. We'll try one more time, and if it gives us a bunch of shit, maybe we'll change it. Anyway, Kato and Kato and Kato. You know, that's really sharp still. And minis, and I'm gonna try and get I want those backpacks. I did do the stitching for the straps today, at least, before I came down with the kids for a couple of minutes, and I'm like, hey, this will work. And then the eldest was like, I want to sit on your lap. And then it just all went to shambles from there. So Dallas was out for his run. That's why they were down here with me. And hey, thank you for all the new subscribes. And of course, all of my old subscribers as well. We are at 251 right now. So we are less than 250 subscribers from 1,000. Which is exciting. That's the milestone at the point where you can monetize. So obviously working hard towards that. I did notice that we're growing on Twitch as well. We're up to 15 followers there, which is super exciting as well. Now that I'm actually able to stream on Twitch correctly. Let me just check in with Dallas. The youngest is like freaking out. Yeah. Slow and steady. Okay, and then these are the packages that we need for the fronts of the minis. So we're going to pop them over there, and then these tops are what need to be top stitched on these. Okay, there's one of the bags that needs the speckles, so let's grab that package. Yeah, there's the last of the speckle fabric. Sweet. So we've definitely moved stuff around, mostly because it's like if I don't move stuff around, we're not going to get it done right now. And given that I'm only finding partial pieces of some of these bags, I'm going to ignore the fact that that's my disorganization. Totally the studio gremlins. Messing with everything, obviously. Yeah, we're just going to ignore that. Alright, after we get these top stitch, we'll also divide them up into where they're going to go for leather. So like some of the ones that look like they might get black leather are actually going to get brown. I'm looking directly at the jammy tart cap things right here. But the majority of them are going to get black, I think. So we'll need to go in and I guess prep all of those. Which I'm just realizing, I'm like, wait, do we have enough black leather, or am I going to have to pull out the hide and cut a bunch? I don't know. Am I going to worry about it right now? I don't know. Am I feeling like I need a nap? Yes. Yes, I am. I did actually lay down for like a half-hour nap before I came downstairs, and apparently it didn't help much. Well, I don't know if I actually napped. There's definitely a lot of like listening on the children's because they were hanging out with me, so. Okay, I guess actually we need to pull the bags where the top stitching, or like where we'll need to do the welt pockets in black as well, specifically looking at these ones with the really dark bottoms actually. Okay, zipper. Okay, there we go. Sweet. All right, that's at least a little bit better, and I think now that I'm looking or thinking about it, oh, okay, whatever. Alrighty, so next we'll go in and actually do a round of stitch to like close off the pockets, because that has to be done before, like it just, the basting stitch has to happen. And then we'll collect the ones that need their like pockets done in dark. Shit. I'm like, I know there's that fish bag that needs it done in dark, and then this one also needs its welt pocket done in dark. I don't think, and the stars. Fuck. No, I haven't put together a lot of these guys' packages. It's okay, because yeah, whatever. La 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 la. So like this one needs to have it done in dark, doesn't it? Because it won't have light. Damn it. Okay. And then so there's 1, 2, 3 that need their welts done in dark. Maybe we just ignore them and do them afterwards. Yeah, let's just ignore them. Although it would be cool. I do want that koi. I don't know why I backstitched that. I can also do this in a lot larger, a lot longer stitch length. This is just to kind of hold everything together so I don't have to worry about catching the, like it holds all the layers together so that when we actually sew it together, they're caught. I need my shears. I will be right back because they're upstairs right now. All right, so I actually forgot that I already had them downstairs because they were in a bin that I brought downstairs yesterday. So, you know, that's how today's going. Here we are. Honestly, it looks like, oh no, that's as close, or as that's as like big as that, or as low as that seam allowance can get. Okay. One ready to go for the next step. Okay, so that's gonna have black leather. This one's also gonna have black leather. That one actually is lined up with the denim, so we'll stitch it at the denim leather level. Apparently a lot of the like cutting was off this round. Oh well. Eldest is going to be hanging out with me tomorrow, so when I get onto stream, hopefully we will have had a lot of progression from today or whatever we get done now. I will not be on tonight. I am, as much as I want to do this as a kill myself show, that's not in my best interest right now. None of them technically are. I acknowledge this, but like I don't think I even have the energy to do the push right now. So whatever gets done, gets done. Yeah. So basically, I think as long as we get the welt pockets mostly done today, we'll be good. I'm gonna go hang out with Dallas. I think he's doing bedtime tonight. So I'll do some work, and I'm going to listen to my audiobook tonight, and then we'll see what progress we get there, because sometimes I do find that I work faster when I'm not chatting too. Surprise! Oh my goodness. Come on. I promise that I actually clipped off the little frayed end, but apparently it is not happy even still. So let's see if we can do it again. Come on, thread. We know you wanna. Totally wanna get sewn, right? There we go. Okay. Anyway, so I was like, yeah, I'll come down and just do work. I won't come on stream because then it can just be like a little bit more casual. I can get into my comfy cozy PJs. And I guess the other thing we need to figure out is what color straps a lot of these are getting as well. That actually is the big task I should do tonight, is probably trim or cut and fray check all the straps for these so that they're ready to go into the bags tomorrow. At the same time, there's 0 point in finishing stuff that we're not going to have like bags for, so we'll base all of that stuff on what's actually going to be finished or towards finishing. This looks crooked. Because it is crooked, it looks like. Mostly just this corner, so as long as we follow the interior, we'll be fine, I think. Butterfly. Our sunflowers are doing really well. I did weed our garden on Monday, one of the days, doesn't matter. This weekend, surprisingly, we still have a lot of stuff growing. Potatoes are still okay. Beets are still going strong. Our carrots did not. But I think we probably could just seed some carrots right now and it'd be fine. Again, we are KS gardening. We are not dependent on the garden, or else I would have done a lot more work to make sure that it was going to produce stuff. But the soil that we got from our local depot was like super shitty soil too. Like so much weed. Not weed, not as in pot, but so many weeds. There we go. But it's all like one type. That's why I'm like weed. Just one weed, but not the pot weed. Oh, that would have been, well, it wouldn't have been as lucrative of a crop as it maybe was a few years ago, I guess. I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, they're all out on the grass right now. Dawson's like, I'm gonna go out and pick those up. I'm like, yeah, that's probably a good idea. But we weeded. That was the important part. That's really crooked. Why are these so crooked today? Are they always this crooked? I just don't notice. I don't want to, like, a lot of the times I do actually use these seams as guide seams. And so it's like, I don't want to have quite that crooked of a bag. There we go. That's better. Okay. Follow the inside, like the interior seam, not the exterior seam. Actually, it looks better now that I'm trimming it down too, so who knows. I don't think being tired makes stuff crooked, but you know, we'll blame it on that. Right? Totally allowable. Totally valid. this one I can see is like super crooked right off the bat. So let's just actually go down. Perfect that I did actually catch all the layers. Gives me a clean seam guide for later. Because basically what I mean by that is that I make sure that the seam allowance for actually sewing the bag together is within, or like on this side, so that I don't have to worry about the basting stitch showing through when we do actually go to sew the bag together. And that's what I mean about using it as a guide seam. I feel like something is off though, because it's like, I know we don't trim down the pocket like we're supposed to do on the exterior or the interior, but it's like, it feels like these are almost cut too large. I'm like, I'm following the template, but like, what is up that these are so off all of, like every single time? So it tells you that it must be the template. I hope. I don't know, maybe I am royally fucking something up. It is possible. But you wouldn't think that that would be the case. I don't know. Oops. Now that is 100% fabric being fabric. So just kind of ease that a bit because the denim. Now, actually, the next question becomes, I think we should do all the leather and the uppers for these guys now, because then we can go in and do all the top stitching that has to happen across the top portion of these still. Well, we still have the black thread in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1 brown. So 9 black, 1 brown, 9 black, 1 brown, 9 black, 1 brown, 9 black, 1 brown, 9 black, 1 brown. And then actually, while we're doing that, we'll prep the rest of them, even though these are white stitched, whatever. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4 brown. 1, 2, 3 black. So 4 brown, 3 black. So 5 brown total and 12 black total. Why do I feel like we're still missing a shit ton of minis? There's a few down here that were getting prepped that we've now like misplaced pieces for again, but it's like we are missing. I thought we had something like 23. Maybe we do actually have that many misplaced. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't actually matter. Not really. Oh, it didn't transfer yet. Okay. All right. 12 black, 5 brown. 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 Now, can we make them out of... Yes, we can make them out of a lot of these pieces. Yay. Which means we need the measurements. I think it's like 3/4 by 3 or something like that. Yeah, 3/4 by 3. She does actually tell you how to do these out of fabric too, but again, the like elevation that the leather provides, I believe, is worth it. So here we are. I don't want that one. I want this one. Okay, so actually it would be useful to have both. So that's 3/4. Wait. That's 3/4 and a half. So never mind. 3/4 and a half. But that's 2 cuts right there. So let's do that. And then we actually, no. If I clip it in, oh no, that's a straight edge. Okay. 3/4. 3/4, 3/4, 3/4. 3/4, 3/4, 3/4. 3/4, 3/4, 3/4, 3/4. And that is a 6-inch piece, so that will make 2 right there. Now what I've been doing is I'll just take my awl and basically score the line that I want to cut into the thing. Does it fail me? Occasionally. Does it fail me enough for me to stop? No. Okay, now, and that's a 3-inch line right there. Okay. And the question becomes, can I get another 3-inch piece out of here before it gets too thin? Yes. No. No. Almost. Not quite. Okay. This leather's so stiff. So I did get all the sheets and shirts that we're going to upcycle. Actually, no, that's a lie. I got all the Goodwill thrifted sheets and etc. that we're going to upcycle prepped the other day. That is actually something that I worked on this weekend. So I wasn't like just lazing around. I just didn't get done what I planned to get done, I guess might be the best description. But anyway, I got got them opened up. I've got a bunch of like men's shirts we're going to upcycle for pockets. And yeah, sheets and duvets that were like at the thrift store. Etc. etc. I'm actually really excited because, especially with the men's shirts, because they're like got some different prints and stuff like that. So that's going to be a lot of fun to work with. Because I was like, well, what else? Like a lot of the sheets and stuff like that. I'm trying to avoid polyester. I did end up with one sheet that's like 60/40. We're going to use it because I bought it. But I'm like, where can I find stuff that like pretty much guarantees are going to get cotton? I was like, wait, men's dress shirts. Is it perfect? No, there's still a lot of polyester in those, especially for the ones that are like never iron. And it's like, ugh. Or like wrinkle resistant. But anyway, so we've done our best with what I had available to me as well. I did actually go thrifting with a friend the other day, and the one we went to was actually better for sheets and stuff like that, but they didn't look like they had as many men's dress shirts, which is wild. So it's going to be like, we'll end up going to a couple different places. And probably for this stuff, which is fine. They're both like very local to where I end up picking up Dallas from the airport and things. But this place I went with my friend had a lot of China, which was exciting. Not like name brands and stuff like that, but honestly, for the pin cushions that we're going to make and things, I'm like, whatever. They don't need to be name brand for that stuff. So, whatever. But yeah, so welcome on apparently what is now becoming a much more upcycled journey than I ever anticipated at the beginning of this. Am I giving up my new fabrics? Fuck no. Are we going to incorporate a lot of these things into the practice, however? Yes, and that's the main thing. And what I'm really looking forward to using like the shirts and stuff for is that I think we can use them mostly for like backpack pockets actually. And maybe like one mini traveler sling sort of set. Definitely the backpack pockets, because the back of the shirt is typically a like the size that we need for the backpack pockets. So that's what I'm hoping. If not, completely able to be used for mini travelers and things. So I'm super excited there. Yeah, I don't know. I am actually excited about like where I'm kind of able to take this right now. Do the fabrics work out cheaper than buying the yardages? It depends on how you're like calculating costs. So time-wise, no. Because there's the whole, you have to go find them, and then you have to like process them. The processing is where they really do lose out against the new fabrics. Environmentally, yes. So it's yeah. Again, am I going to give up my new fabrics? Hell no. And I'm not even going to give up my new fabrics for pockets and stuff like that, because I like the paw print things and stuff too much most of the time. But I do think that it is a better practice to at least incorporate some of them more often than not. And honestly, for the backpack fabrics, I think they're going to look really good. The other way I can do this, because this is such a straightforward cut, is honestly just clip the leather onto the ruler onto the leather. Okay, I think I'm at 6-ish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. Did get some like little milk jugs and stuff like that, like little creamers, I guess, whatever, cream jugs, milk jugs, little jugs that you put milk in for your tea. And so those are gonna be super cute, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna like drape some sparklies out of it. Let's just make it look pretty. I think it'll look good. 2, 4, 6, 8. And if not, well, it's not like I have to continue it. I like these teacups though more than I thought I was going to, because A, they use up scraps. Hi, we're always looking for scrap uses. But B, the other cool thing is that I get to work with some materials I don't normally work with, like these little like bead strands and shit. So that's a lot of fun. I think the next one set I make, now that I've figured everything out, I will actually like film it. Maybe like a do this with me video. Not really like a tutorial, but like semi-tutorial. I don't know what my channel wants to be when it grows up. I really do feel like this live streaming is the best use of the channel, but I also know that some people prefer watching long format videos. So I'm trying to balance the two. So if we just film the process as I'm doing it, and then I can do a voiceover for it, we're good. We were actually chatting about goal is to homeschool the kids, and like, but realistically, like, schooling doesn't take that long when you're able to focus in on it. So my hope is we're kind of able to do our 4 things, whatever our curriculum is for that day. I am not doing no curriculum. I am getting someone else to give me a curriculum and like provide the books that we're going to use. I am not an unschooler. That said, we will do stuff that like pursues interests more, which I think will help keep kiddos engaged. 6, 8, 10. Okay, I need one more set. But that said, I'm like, what are we gonna do when it's fucking brutally cold outside? And then I was like, wait, we can go to the indoor playground. Because bluntly, I am more concerned about my youngest than I am about my eldest. My eldest is like, I think, going to do fine. And I think the youngest is also going to do fine. But they are going to need the, like, all right, 15 to 30 minutes of class, get the fuck outside sort of things. Very much needs it chunked up. So if we did that at the indoor playground when it's minus 40 outside, that's exactly what we could still do. Because while we're home, it's easy and it's nice. It's easy enough to be like, all right, do it, get outside, and then come back inside. I think, but yeah, that was one of the strategies we were chatting about last night that we'll at least attempt to do. So, and here's the thing, they've got plugins and everything, so I can do computer work. What kind of computer work? Who knows? Maybe I'll actually get my like products photographed, and that'll be listing days or something like that. There's 12 black, and then I need 5 brown. That actually looks like the majority right here, which is awesome. No, it's probably like 3 or 4 brown, to be honest, because it does look like it's just a shortcut for the Kato. Just got messed up, maybe. Next week will be custom finishings and also experiment week. I want to get that backpack tested. And then the other thing that I was thinking about that would be a lot of fun is a little just like super straightforward snap tote. Maybe with like little leather handles. I haven't decided on that yet. Cork would also be really nice. Some not polypro or webbing, because I don't want it that heavy of webbing. Could do little rolled cork handles though, that would be adorable. But accessing cork here is for a non-restrictive price is kind of difficult. So I'm leaning towards the leather and doing like 1/2 inch wide, like little handles, which I think would look really good. I'll just make it like a fat little wedge bottom bag. Not not intended to be like a project bag or anything like that. Intended to be a like handbag. Okay, we're going to be able to get 4 out of this one. Say we need 5, so pretty good overall. Well, the cat's just sneezed. All right, last one for this. Excellent. And then the next thing we'll do is we will round the ends, and then we can go in and do more sewing. Why is it that, like, it seems like any craft project or production project or anything is like 96% prep and then 4% actually doing? Does anyone else feel like that with their like projects? Is it just me because I'm trying to do too much? Cannot tell. That's not what I want. Hi, Delia. How are you? Okay, so normally this I think is a good rounded tip for these. Hi. Hi, you. Is there anything else that we could use? Because it does tend to get a little bit sharp kind of on the edges. I wonder if this would work. It's like almost a little bit too little of a... Ow, cat. Actually, I do have the nail clippers. Come here. She's got little dagger toes. Delia. At least I thought I did. I had them over here. This is, of course, what you're here for. But I always forget to do it. Or the kids are around. Come here. Yeah, you. Come here. I know. You hate this, but come here. Yeah, you. Come on. Come here. No, chill out. Let's sit down. And you need your front nails trimmed so that you stop giving me little... Hey, get out of here. How do you know? God, you're an asshole some days. No, stay out of here or else she's going to get me, not you. Yeah, you're fine. Delia, you are also fine. Come here. Yeah, I know. I'm getting... All right, we got 6 out of 8 done. Come here. Come here. No, she's out. Okay, we'll finish up the rest. You are a real fucker. I know. It's like anytime her nails are getting trimmed, he's like, I'm here. What you doing? And it's like, Jesus Christ, cat. Okay, I'm still trying to find the like a good end curve. I have my usuals, but yeah, I'm not really. Aha, that one works. Okay. Okay, dude, get out of here. Now that you've destroyed my opportunity to get her nails trimmed, get out of here. All right, well, the good news is that we will at least have this portion done of prep, hopefully before dinner. And then, like I said, I'll come down while Dallas is doing bedtime and stuff like that to do it. still have not posted the dates for Osaka's marathon application. Kyoto is opening up tomorrow. Dallas was like, why aren't you running Kyoto again? And I'm like, let me just double check, because it's like I should be able to do a 6:30 marathon right now. Everything actually is predicting that I should be able to do a 6-hour marathon. I will die on a 6-hour marathon, but anyway, that's a future Katie problem, I guess. But yeah, Kyoto, I thought that they were 6:30, but this year they're actually 6 hours. So I was like, that is why we're not doing Kyoto this year. Is it's like to guarantee that I could run Kyoto in their time limit, I need to be able to run like a 5-hour marathon. So I'm like, and Dallas also wants to run it with me. So I was like, yeah, we're still aiming for 2027, because what I was thinking about is like realistically right now, I really only have, even for Osaka, I have a half marathon training period and I have a full marathon training period that are just like back to back basically. And so it's like there's no way I would be able to improve my time that much for Kyoto. And honestly, it would just be stressful to be like, oh God. And as much as I want to run them, I also don't want to be like rotting for like a week afterwards. There's other shit to do. We refer to the acute recovery period as rot days. So, yeah, I don't want to be spending like all of our time in Japan, because Osaka will be right in the middle. Kyoto would be at the beginning, and it's just like, ugh, no. That's part of it too. So if we go for 2027, at least I will have like the half in October. I would have, if I get into Osaka, I'd have another full marathon training. Excuse me, under my belt. And then I would also have all of next year under my belt. Now, arguably, I feel like Kyoto is better organized. They at least have their information more readily accessible and available more rapidly. But I have seen that Osaka is very responsive to like feedback from the community, so I'm not worried about running either of them. Osaka, as of last year, still had a 7-hour time limit. I will double check that before I apply, obviously. And if I still deem it too low, I will just, whatever, we'll go do something else that day. So, yeah, we'll see. I hope I do get, I hope I get into Osaka. If I don't get it, I'm not going to be heartbroken if I don't get into Osaka. Right? Like, it would be cool, but not required. I really hope Dallas gets into Tokyo, because I think that would be a really cool one for his first, like, world major marathon. Okay, let's get this done. Actually, that one turned out the best already. It's like the first one turned out the best. So let's just use, we'll do the initial trim. Oh yeah, that one matches. Okay, good, never mind. We're good. La 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 la. Should find out if there's actual little like cutting die for these so that they're a little bit more consistent. Instead of having to find the whatever random template we want to use for the day. I could technically leave them straight, but that's boring. Too easy. Oh, I forgot. Dawson did Costco today, and I forgot that we were supposed to get Itchy Ban. So we're down to one packet, and it's our eldest. Like, our eldest would just eat ramen all day, every day, if we let them, I think. So, damn. Oh well. It's not like I won't be back for more fresh stuff next week either, so. Dawson's like, are we getting berries this week? And I'm like, we do feed our children berries when they're home, but we're more likely to pack berries into their lunches when they leave the house. So I was like, no, we'll skip berries this week. Plus the like selection last week that when I was there was just abysmal. So it was just ugh. Still trying to avoid like, here's the tough part. I'm trying to avoid like American products, which is like not always possible. And whatever, I'm also trying to feed my children on a wage that has not gone up, as most people's. Because, of course, Dallas's wage has not kept up with inflation overall. And so it's like a balance of the two. Anyway, but it's like we do shop at Costco because, they go through it. Typically, and the sneaky ones it's like produce of Mexico. Awesome. But the company that's the distributor is American. It's like, I don't know, it's tough to navigate, and I don't judge anyone who cannot do it, whether they don't have the mental capacity for it or the budget for it or whatever. And are we doing perfectly? No. But we are trying to make more informed decisions. So, that's all we can do. Let's get, now that I'm off my apparently political soapbox that I randomly hopped up on. Totally love that. Let's, I guess, get these. Sewing in. Apparently it's stretch time too. What was I seeing online? It was like, do your adult tummy time to counteract like the phone scroll and stuff like that by like laying on your bed and reading. And I'm like, that is one of the best ideas I've ever seen. Okay. Texts. Just double checking. Alrighty, first things first, let's do the jammy tarts. And they have red, well, actually, the first ones we should do is just the one that's right on top here, which is the Black Cats. I'll just do distribution, and then we can do everything else later. Because that doesn't fuck us over at all, ever, does it? Ever. Alright. But here is polar bears. Yay. I don't know why I'm whispering. But it does feel thematic. Anyway, okay. Black and black. Boop. And this is a dark blue with the black and gold zipper. It looks like it's for the kitty cats here. Oh yeah, with the paw prints, it's definitely for the cats here. And, okay, so we're distributing the brown. The brown's done. Yeah, actually, the big thing I need to do tonight is probably go in and distribute or figure out that thing. And you may be like, what thing? The thing, the straps need to be figured out tonight probably. So that's what I'll do after dinner when I'm chilling. Not chilling, but when I'm downstairs and listening to an audiobook. Because honestly, cutting and fray checking straps is pretty boring for everyone. So And that's where I'm at with it. Here's jammy tarts. I'm calling them jammy tarts because they look like they've got jam on top. I don't know. That is my perception of it. Oh my god, it's like they're stacked up in the order that they're supposed to be. Holy. It's like working on batches all at once instead of over multiple months might be the way to go. Actually, I'm surprised. We've done pretty good about keeping everything mostly together. I think... Surprised for how many moving parts there are in this, like, product. Is it perfect? Hell no. Is it okay? Yes, it's okay. Okay, you are actually speckles until it falls apart. What the hell? What are you supposed to go to then? Fuck. Oh, that's because there's randomly one over here. What the hell? Okay. Hi, cat. What's up? What's up, Flynn? What you doing? Okay. And then these two are backwards for some reason. That's okay. Whatever. Okay, so we can stitch this on and top stitch, and then I can go in and we can do all the zipper pulls as well. That's the other important thing, is we gotta do zipper pulls. Why are you trying to get into the drawers, cat? Weirdo. Takes one to know one. Okay. Now the question is, do we think I'll get these? I guess I do have Friday morning technically as well to finish up. Do we think I can do it? I don't know. I actually don't know if I can do it or not. We're gonna try though. Okay. Oh, fuck me. I just pulled all of those apart and then did not snag the fucking pockets. God damn. It's not like that's not the next step at all. We're totally putting together the pockets. Da, 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 da. Oh. No, I don't have the slip pockets for the speckles. Okay. The confetti one. They're not here. So we need to snag them from the pile down here. From the pile down here. Nope, that's a package. Shit. Oh, goddamn. Oh, they're over there. Okay. Apparently the speckles are going in something. I can't remember what. Even though I just sorted them. La, 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 la. Less goldfish than... Less memory than a goldfish. Less goldfish than a memory. I will not be online on Sunday or Monday. Those are both rest days. We are doing our monthly Sailor Moon watch. My god, does the original Sailor Moon go so fucking slow. We all forgot how slow it went. We haven't even gotten through to get all the original Senshi or Sailor Scouts. So we're just like, la la la. Anyway. Considering that the series is over 200 episodes, we shouldn't have been surprised, but I am actually surprised with how slow it's going. Yeah, we're still enjoying it. It's good, but holy fuck. Slow as molasses. But, oh, right, we're gonna do this. So, first things first, we are going to... Oh, that's what we can do. That's right. Okay. So we're going to pop this here. And then this is really stiff leather, so it's always hard to make sure that it's as centered as we can get it. And then we're going to pop this over top. And then like this. Because, you know, that's totally going to get... Oh, right. That's how I've been doing it. La, 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 la. Centered enough. Gonna basically just do it like we just did with all the drawstrings for the kato, which did work surprisingly well. Yeah. And actually, so yeah, so after we experiment next week, that's going to be the main thing we do, is we're going to go in and we're going to do, oh shit, is this the right way? I think it's the right way. We'll go in and we'll focus in on kato for vibrations, I think. Okay. Right side facing up. Place the top on wrong side facing up. Is that what I have done? Yes, that is what I have done. Sweet. I'm going to turn this back down to construction length. And if you're like, Katie, I thought you were going to do the white ones. We will get there. What we're doing right now is we're just doing everything that needs dark top stitching, and these need dark top stitching, blah, 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 blah. All we ever hear is you, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. What is going on here? Oh, the rubber's pulling up. All right. Okay. I'm like waiting for Dallas to text me that dinner is ready. I am so hungry. I'm so hungry. You're curious what I've got stuck in my head. It's the Yeah by Armin van Buuren. As long as you got yeah and blah 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 blah. Oh god. It's in my running playlist. So I haven't actually listened to my running list for a while, but it was necessary today. What is it? Blah 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 by Armin van Buuren. Anyway, that's what's stuck in my head right now. Oh, it's connected. Don't do that if you're sewing this. You'll mess everything up. Well, unless you got it clipped. Basically, I just flipped it over without, like, any regard for anything. Off we go! No, apparently I did not stitch this one down yet. Ha 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 ha. That's okay, we can do it in a few minutes. Okay, will we get this portion done before dinner? Let's see. Yeah. Oh my god. I'll at least get the majority of it done. I'm actually super excited about, in part, I'm super excited about the trip out to Vibrations because we're going to actually, Dallas took a little bit of time, like an extra day, so that we can, when we're driving back, we can go peach picking. So excited. I've been wanting to go peach picking for like 4 years. 5? 4. Yeah, I don't think I wanted to go in 2020. No, we did not go in 20. There was no inkling of going in 2020. But in 2021, we were going to go. And then it was like the interior suffered a massive jump in COVID cases. It's like, okay, we're not going during that because they recommended not going. So we followed that. And then so that was 21. And then 22, it was just like fires around like north of that. And then 23 was just like, nope. And then and then at that point, and by the point of 24, it's just like, okay, whatever. We're just not, it's just not happening. So we finally get to go this year. I'm super excited. Is it the full vacation that I was kind of thinking it would be when I was originally planning it? No, but that's okay. Basically, we'll drive out of Vic early, like first ferry early. And then drive to Vernon, which is just north of Kelowna. But the hotels there are cheaper because Kelowna is where most people end up staying. But the hotel that I found is also really cool. And then we'll stay there for the night, and then we'll go peach picking the next morning, and then we'll drive home. And then take Dallas to the airport on Thursday. Wednesday. Oh yeah, he's not missing 2 days. He's just missing. Wait. Monday? Yeah, that's right. Tuesday. So. No, because we'll drive home on Tuesday. I'll finish the drive home on Tuesday. So yeah, Wednesday. Not that like this impacts anyone. I do actually have to message the school and let them know that the kids won't be there for a couple of days, because then if they need to take anyone else, they can. Good Lord, a lot of these actually have black top stitching this time, which like isn't unusual, but it's not usual either. I was looking at our eyeglasses case stock as well. I probably should go in, and I should have gone in to stock that up for Omatsuri. Oh well. But that is something I need to look at doing this summer too. It's not terrible, but it's definitely gotten down to slim pickings, and so I think everything left right now won't sell unless there's more of other options. So that's where the stock is at right now. Yeah. The pancake bag with the salty shaker finally sold, so that's exciting. It was one of those ones where it's just like pancake delivery. It was super cute, or breakfast delivery, or whatever. Doesn't matter. Super cute, but it just, at least in the like off-white color, was not very popular. I don't know if I have more of it left. I know the pink sold pretty well. But like that doesn't help when the white doesn't sell very well. I did, oh yeah, Sunday I did come down, and I didn't get a shit ton done. But I got the obi and kimono moved back into the closet so that the steam press has its like spot again, which I think is a better move. And then what else did I do? I did do a little bit of tidying up, but just not much. I just realized these also need stabilizer things in them as well. Shoot. Wait. Okay, where's your piece? Did it fall? Shit. Or it just didn't get brought up. Okay. No. Yeah, it's like basically I did that. I reorganized like some of the bins so that the chair could move back a bit. There's more floor space now, which helps a lot. And I need to get some Velcro and some like cheap curtains to throw up in front so that all the fabric can go back on the shelves, because the bins are not working. So have I given them a fair shake of a chance? No, and I'm not going to. Katie's not gonna do it. Katie's not gonna do it. I've got other things to worry about. I may as well like shift it back to something that I know works for my brain. So, because then what we can do is when I'm going in to do fabric picking, because there's a table over there. So the whole idea is that I pick it off the shelf, lay it on the table, and then we make our picking choices over there. Instead of making them on the cutting table, and then they come over, we cut them, close everything, like fold everything back up, and then they can at least go back to the picking table to be put back. Or best case scenario, they just get put back onto the shelf after they've been folded and everything like that. But it's like, right now it's just full of like what we've been doing the past few months. And also, yeah, anyway, my brain prefers being able to see everything out at once because it makes better, I think, my brain thinks, it makes better judgment calls when we actually have everything out, like, viewable. So the thought process is we'll go in and we'll do like everything will go back on the shelves, like just like it was. And then we Velcro a curtain up over it. And then I can just pull the curtain down and we can look at it before we, like as we're doing our picking. Kind of almost exactly how it was in the actual like bedroom that was the cutting room, but out here now. It does need curtain, or it needs something to cover it. Why it's all in the boxes right now is because I don't want UV fade like happening, obviously. And with the big windows and everything like that down here, we're going to end up with UV fade very rapidly if I don't have some sort of like plan for how to cover them. So that's why the curtains, to like cover them. Could continue to use the bins, but my brain is like rebelling against them. So gotta work with what I've got in the brain can instead. I'm also thinking I'm going to put them on the like outside wall after this, because then it's like extra insulation against the cold in the wintertime. Because they're all in the the interior wall right now, but I'm like, that's dumb. I may as well use the insulation. Okay. This step is nearly fucking done. Thank God. We do need to put all the zip pulls on here very rapidly, but like realistically, even if that didn't happen until we're putting welt pockets on, actually that's probably when we would do it. Although it is easier to put them on before we do the stitch down, I guess. But anyway, it'll happen at some point before the bag is finished. I swear dinner had better be ready soon. I bet you it will be very rapidly. Thump, 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 thump. Okay, so how long has this actually taken? That is the next question. How long? 2 1/4. Oh boy. I'm also just slow today. Okay. Not quite as smooth as it could be, I think, is probably the key in this. Now, I guess the next thing we should do is actually prep and position the... Can we do it after this step? I've definitely done the stabilizer after this step, haven't I? So maybe we'll just wait on it then. Do the, like, stitch the pockets together, do the stabilizer, and then do the top stitching. That feels like the right sequence of events. And then we'll go in and we will stitch the 3 welt pockets that need black stitching. And then we can go in and we can do all the white thread prep for everything. Okay, I'm just gonna ask Dallas how long he thinks dinner's gonna be, just so we're kind of like... Basically, yeah. Start next step or pause. Thump, 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 thump. Probably time to throw some soundproofing up on the ceiling. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, and then what ends up happening is that this right here gets stitched in a minute. Actually, yeah, after the stabilizer. Then we stitch that in. Then we top stitch it. Oh, 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 oh. Ho, 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 ho. Ho, 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 ho. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Make sure everything's lined up, lined up, lined up. Make sure everything's lined up. Lined up. Hungry, hungry, hungry. Hungry, hungry, hungry. Well, if I hadn't moved on to the next step, we wouldn't have almost 3 done. So here we go. It is also nice, however, that so the kids used to be, if you did not feed them at 5:39 exactly, 5:40, 5:41, unacceptable. But if you did not feed them by 5:39 exactly, they would lose their minds. I don't know what it was, but it was like, that is the time that we had to have so many of our meals by. And it's like, not having to have dinner exactly at 5:39 every night has eased so much pressure off. Because it means that when we pick them up from school and stuff, we can actually cook after they're yes, we technically could cook before they came home. But when I'm working, that doesn't work as nicely. So it's now I can actually cook after I pick them up, which is glorious. Now, super long? No, because they need to go to bed. Actually, that was the other thing though, is it's all weekend they were fighting bedtime, just tooth and nail. It was just... So that's why I didn't end up even having energy to come downstairs afterwards either. It was just bedtime was draining. Which, whatever, it's gonna happen, right? But it's damn it. There goes my best laid plans, that's for damn sure. Because these were supposed to be done by now, or at least on their way to being done by now. Stabilizers, so the pockets input stabilizers. Ooh, I did actually, it's really hard to find a broadcast of the Rangeland Derby, which is the chuck wagon races at the Stampede. However, there is a radio station, so I did actually, when I was doing bedtime on Sunday night, sit down and make sure that I listened to it. The guy that won has never won before, so that's super exciting. He won by 2 wagon lengths, which means he was 2 wagon lengths ahead of the next closest. And he was racing against an old guard. Not super old, but he definitely debuted before my time, sort of thing. Dawson and I are definitely starting to see a lot of names that we debuted or were rookies when we that we would recognize from rookie days forward, sort of thing. Anyway, so yeah, that was super exciting. It's he won for the first time. He's been chasing it for years, but yeah, he won against Jason Glass, which is a name that has been in the chuck wagon races since the chuck wagon races were an organized event at Stampede. The Glass name anyway. And Jamie Laboucaine, whose dad was Brian Laboucaine, who is also one of the old guard families. Jamie is not. He's very much younger, but the name has been in the business for a while. So that was cool to hear. And 2 wagon lengths is insane, especially against Jason Glass, who has won Calgary multiple times now. So although they were the rookie of the year is kind of like media. They give a rookie of the year every year. They only had one rookie this year, and they're like, well, this is like kind of anticlimactic and all of this, and I'm like, because there was no vote or anything like that. It's like, God, can you imagine being a rookie there and then they're being like, especially when right after they said that, they're like, and he's done so much to like foster the sport in Meadow Lake. And I'm like, well, then fuck off about saying that this is, ugh. Bah. Anyway, dinner is ready. I will not be back online tonight, but I will be back on tomorrow, and we will wrap up on whatever we get done tonight. Or something. Something will happen, but I'll chat with y'all tomorrow. Have a fantastic morning, evening, day, wherever, whenever you're all, and I will chat with you